Hello, beautifuls. My name is Marvina Sims. I am an author and domestic violence advocate. I just want to tell you welcome to We Win Queendom. The We Win stands for Women Empower Women in Need. And right now, I'm noticing there are a lot of people who are in need of knowing exactly what hidden abuse is. So I would like to kind of touch on that a little bit more today. As you may already know, there is one main abuse that most people are aware of, and that's physical abuse. But there are a total of five: physical, sexual, spiritual, financial, psychological, which is also considered emotional. And those are the ones that fall under the hidden abuse. Now, all of those types of abuses is usually they're done to maintain power and control over the victim. And just want to remind you, the victim and the perpetrator or the abuser can be any race, religion, age, sexual orientation, or gender. And it could also happen at anywhere and any time. And it doesn't determine the financial status of the individuals as well. So you can have the high paid families who are experiencing this type of abuse, as well as the lower paid status families. So now I was going to touch more on hidden abuse because that's the one that's a little tricky for most victims. It's hard to tell that it's actually an abuse because oftentimes, as the victim, we know something is wrong, but we just can't put a finger on it. So the abuser knows what he's doing because he'll or she will. Now, just to remind you, the victim can be either male or female. So, but in most cases, there are more women that are being abused than men. So that's why I'm going to mostly refer to she or her in this video. So now when an abuser is maintaining control, they usually do things to be manipulative. And that is, they'll make the victim feel guilty for their actions or decisions, something they did. They'll pull that sympathy trip on you to make you feel like, you're mistreating them for your decision, even though that decision you made was for you to be comfortable. They also like to instill shame on the victim to make you feel shame about just being you sometimes, your makeup, your hair, your clothes. They're good at embarrassing you. Some abusers like to be more private, so they'll usually just abuse you privately. And then when you're in front of company, they'll be just like the sweetest person. But behind closed doors, it's totally different. And so in some cases, they'll embarrass you in front of people to make you feel small. Excuse me. There are also certain abusers who are considered gaslighters. And this is where they pretend that you didn't do something or you did do something when you know the opposite is true. So I guess an example would be if you have a certain type of mail. You put your mail in one spot, you go back to get it, and it's not there. And you ask the abuser or your partner, oh, did you see the mail? And they'll act like they didn't. But then eventually you'll find it in a different place, and it makes you feel like you're crazy. That's why it's called crazy making. Or in some cases, they'll project on you how they're feeling. Oh, I know you're cheating on me, or I believe you're cheating on me. And they're the ones that's probably doing the cheating, most likely, the reason they're accusing you. Also, there's this thing where they may do they're saying that you're mad. Yeah, that's one of the things. Oh, I know you're mad about what I did or said. You really didn't care, but they're going to make you mad by insisting that you are mad. So eventually you get mad, you blow up, and then now you're back to looking crazy, or you're the one who'll end up apologizing for something that they provoked you into doing in the first place. So these hidden abuses is really hard to detect, and it's really situation where if you don't know that it's happening to you, if it's not validated, which I have read many books and did lots of research to learn all of this. So I encourage you to do the same. But it's unfortunate too that a lot of these abuses can end up fatally. And so even if the abuser doesn't end up killing the victim, which happens often, then there's the case where sometimes the abuser will end up committing suicide. And I know of a personal experience from this, because once an abuser sees that you're not willing to work with them anymore, you're not going to take their stuff anymore, they'll resort to suicide merely to show you that they won, or to leave that lasting guilt on you. So it'll be always in your mind what you shoulda, coulda, did. So that's something that is really a harsh situation to end up in. It's unfortunate, but it happens. So I just said all of that in hopes to get you to understand that certain cases you are really not crazy, where abusers will make you feel crazy. So please, if you know you need help or need to know more information about abuse and the different types of it, then there's the domestic violence hotline. And I'm going to post it in my link below. So if you want to reach out and find out more, please do so. And remember, when women empower women in need, we win. Enjoy this beautiful, blessed new day. God bless.